Hello, I'm FJX and welcome back to the top 5 video. Today I'm playing the oldest version of Minecraft that is known to exist, back from before the game was even called Minecraft, back before it really even had any Minecraft features you know and love. It was just kind of the core concept of like, you can remove blocks and then place them again. This is what I'm playing today because I wanted to talk about the oldest features ever added to Minecraft, because a fan recently asked me in real life at a convention as to what the first features added to Minecraft were, and I wasn't quite sure what the answer was. I knew one of them was wood planks, but I wasn't quite sure on the rest, and it got me curious, and I decided let's go check out the pre-classic, the oldest versions of Minecraft that do exist back when it's called a cave game, and let's see the very first five features added, and let's go through them in a top 5 format. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. You can like this video if you do like it because it helps out the channel, and let's know you are curious as to seeing what Minecraft used to be like way back in the day, because seriously, it's so weird playing this version of the game because you can see just how much of Minecraft is like inspired from here, but also just how much of Minecraft is missing. There's no way of picking which block you remove or place. There's just right click to remove and left click to place, and then depending on where you place it, that's where the stuff goes. And there's only cobblestone, and there's only a grass block, and the grass block looks more like green concrete today. It's really weird to go back to this, and also you'll notice how the resolution is kind of weird because again the game is just called game. It's in a window. It has no resolution changing. It has to stay at this exact resolution, which is really weird for YouTube, I know, but that is the crazy thing about this version of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards through the top 5 features, and I'm going to be talking about the 5th feature added to the game, and then kind of count backwards because it's really surprising the order these were added in. But let's talk about the oldest new, or I guess like the newest old feature, the 5th oldest feature added to Minecraft, the 5th feature ever added to the game in terms of blocks, items, and mobs, and it might just surprise you, because the 5th oldest feature added to Minecraft is actually going to be the sapling. That's right, way before there was really anything, like, you'll notice how things are different here, but like, way before there was any life in the game, they decided to add the sapling as an item. So the only way you can select the sapling is using the number key. There's 4 number keys for other items, but it's a separate number key to the rest of the blocks. There's a number separation, and basically the sapling existed as purely just a block. So that means we can place it, and we can place it on top of each other. There's no limitations on where it can be placed, and clearly this was intended to go somewhere, but this is just purely a block filler in the game. So again, this is like the first sign of life we were seeing in Minecraft, besides, that green concrete grass we were seeing earlier. The 5th feature added to Minecraft, the 5th oldest feature, was the sapling, and it's one of the weirdest features too, because again, it's clearly so similar to the sapling we have today, like it's almost an identical texture, but everything else about it, the things that make the sapling interesting are the fact that it can only be placed in certain places, and as you can see, it can be placed in all those places now, but it won't stay there unless it's in a very specific place, and on top of grass and doing its stuff. So yeah, there is technically a sapling block in the game, which is technically the 5th oldest feature, added on May the 16th in the 5th release version, or basically added 6 days after the very first Minecraft version we've ever seen. And it's really weird because again, it technically exists, but also not at the same time. There is no such thing as a tree. There's no such thing as any of this. There's just like a sapling with a few weird placement conditions, and it's one of the first things in Minecraft that you might not have known about. So I'm going to place a bunch of them right now just to have some fun with it. And as you can see, here are all the saplings, which by the way were added in 16.1348, even though the game launcher, Minecraft actually mislabeled it and called it 2009 05.115. So fun fact, they actually got a title wrong in the launcher. But let's move on to the 4th newest feature added to Minecraft, or the 4th oldest I should say, because the newest features are a little bit newer than these ones. Because the 4th newest item added to Minecraft, you could probably guess it from the fact that it's everywhere, it is stone. So yeah, they decided they would differentiate cobblestone from regular stone in Minecraft by making it so that, as you can see, if you want to, stone is the stone that exists by default, and then cobblestone later became the block you get afterwards, but in this update it's just like kind of a separate block you can use. So here is cobblestone, and here is regular stone. As you can see, they're just different blocks. There's no real like mechanics for survival. There's no mechanics for even getting an item when you break something. It's just like, oh yeah, well, as you can see, there's 2 types of stone now. There's the kind of broken stone, which used to be all stone. Again, exactly why he decided to shift it is kind of unknown, but it slowly led to the survival Minecraft we know, so it kind of makes sense. And as you can see, there's also the regular stone, and it's kind of interesting that we have 2 types of stone in this update. The 4th newest block added to the game was actually stone. So what about the 3rd newest? Because in the same update, they added 2 more blocks. Again, one of which technically isn't quite so new, but it is dirt. So again, grass turned into dirt. There's meant to be a way that, grass will grow on it, but again, I haven't seen a single way to make that happen in this version of the game. So yeah, grass turned away from being the, again, green concrete block. Again, we're calling it dirt, but it is just green concrete. Like, it's very similar to that. And as you can see, dirt exists in this update, and it's a solid block you can place by yourself anywhere you want to, because there is a block selector in this update as well. And it's kind of cool, right? Like, look at this. We can place them all over the place. And then also in the same update, so 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are kind of tied together, we also have the wood plank. So the wood plank looks like this in this current update. It changes many times for its current version, but interestingly enough, you can see how, like, cobblestone retained its texture until, like, the beta, and dirt has retained its texture until even this day right now. Like, this is dirt as we know in Minecraft, and stone itself, again, looks exactly the same, but wood planks are not the same. Wood planks have changed so many times throughout Minecraft's history, again, mostly through the early days, and yeah, wood planks were something that Notch really wanted to get right, and it's kind of funny to me, because these wood planks look way more like a birch plank, right? And again, I feel like the birch plank was either inspired by this, or came from this end directly, and it just makes you realize that, like, you know, some of the core fundamentals of Minecraft, like the plank house that everyone makes on their very first day, you're like, oh yeah, let's make a house out of planks. Like, everyone decides to do that at some point, right? Oh, okay, we fell off the world. So, the very first house that most people choose to make, we'll get back on it later when we die. I mean, I think that's what's meant to happen. So, yeah, the very first house most people make in Minecraft is usually the plank house, and the plank could have looked entirely different. So there you go, a fun fact about this version of the game. 2009-05-15, the version number's already tricky. This is when the game was called Ruby Dunk and not Cave Game, and it looks like we're gonna have to restart to go back to the very oldest feature added to Minecraft. What is it? You make your guesses right now, because it might just shock all of you, because it's a item or mob or block which is no longer with us. So what is your guess? I really would love to know, like, if you want to leave it in the comments down below right now, because I feel like no one's going to get it right, although there's going to be someone down below who waits till the end and is like, yeah, I totally guessed that it would be the human mob. That's right, the human mob was the very first feature ever added to Minecraft. It was added 3 days after launch in version, it's really tricky to say, but 13.23.28, the very first, the second ever update to Minecraft, because alongside adding a slightly better grass texture for the game, alongside making it so that things would change very slightly, they also added the human mob to the game. So how does the human mob work? Well, again, in this update, it's very, very basic. It's not to do with you. Again, I still don't exist as a player character, but if you press the G button, you can spawn in a human mob. So what is the human mob? The human mob is a Steve. That's right, the Steve just wails his arms and legs aimlessly, his head too, and this was going to be one of the other characters in the Minecraft world. Again, you can see the very start of what was going to be something. I can't actually knock him or do anything like that. He just kind of exists. I can spawn as many of these as I like, by the way, so let's just spawn in a billion of them right now. But human mobs would exist in the game. I think lots of them walking off the edge. Okay, Steves do not want to... That's kind of tragic that most of them just choose. You know, I don't like this cruel life I've been given. I'm just going to climb off the edge and stuff. But basically, yes, Steve mobs were the very first mob added to Minecraft. They're really interesting because looking at them, you can just kind of see, like, something, you know, there's the tiniest essence of Minecraft here. But, like, if something just tiny had gone different about these, if they had stayed as a mob and not as the main character, then Steve would still be famous to this day, but as something entirely different. Imagine if there was a chance of just playing, imagine if villagers looked like this instead of how they do today. Imagine if anything like that could have happened, because again, Steve was not originally intended as a, you know, a thing to be played, you know, a player character, the default Minecraft character. Instead, Steve was just kind of meant to be like, oh yeah, it's a thing that exists in the game, that you can spawn in and that you can meet as one of the mobs. And again, Steve stayed in the game as a mob for some time, in some form, sorry, for quite some time off this fact. And yeah, what is the very first feature added to Minecraft? You can officially say it's Steve. As ridiculous as that sounds, it is in fact true. I'm playing the same version, by the way, just because they didn't have the option to spawn him in until the same update as the dirt and stuff. But yeah, the very first feature added to Minecraft back in May 13th of 2009, almost 10 years ago now, you know, like 9 years and a little bit, almost 9 years and a little bit, is actually going to be Steve. And that's a shocking fact you might not have known about Minecraft. So I hope you did all enjoy this top 5 video. Please do like it if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let's know you do like the top 5 videos, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh look, it's the same world from before. Like, no matter all the updates we go through, like, the stuff stays, it just kind of changes a little bit. So, there you go. Fun fact, we spawn a different place every time, but it's all the same world. That's kind of crazy. Okay, goodbye.